Mixed martial arts. It's the fastest growing sport in America. Promoters host hundreds of pro-am events a year. Fighters in these events risk their livelihoods and bodily injury to gain the required experience to get to the top. Working closely with regional promoters, my friends and I are on the road, traveling the country to find the best MMA talent in America. We'll take you behind the scenes to meet the fighters and show you exciting fight clips. Our mission is to be first to meet the rising stars of MMA. We are Fighter First. Hello everybody, Jessie Nunez and Will Zaragoza here for Fighter First. We want to welcome you to our inaugural web episode.
That's right, and we are really excited and can't wait to share great fight footage from live events that we have visited throughout the country. Plus, we want to be the first to introduce to you the rising stars of MMA.
As usual, we're on the road. We're heading towards Omaha, Nebraska today for VFC 41. But before we get there, we wanted to start our first show by highlighting an event that represents the starting point for mixed martial arts fighters. So we're better to start than in the heartland of America, GE Fights down in Sullivan, Indiana.
But let me set the expectation for you guys. This is a strictly amateur card, and amateurs, though, in my opinion, produce some of the most exciting fights in MMA. Let's face it, amateurs have something to prove each and every time they step into that cage.
That's right. Well, every big-time fighter got their start somewhere, and organizations like GE Fights, they do an awesome job developing young talent.
But you know what, Jesse? Enough with the talking. What do you say we check out the best that GE Fights has to offer?
Awesome. First fight, Chad Cobb versus Chris Sprinkle. Hello everybody, Jessie Nunez and Will Zaragoza here for Fighter First at GE Fights 14 for a fight featuring Chad Cobb versus Chris Sprinkle, brought to you by Misprint, offering nationwide full-service print and design services.
So Jesse, we have Chad Cobb with the white shorts and black stripe versus Chris Sprinkle with the white and gray shorts.
So Will, this fight is a rematch. Cobb and Sprinkle fought about 6 months ago. Cobb got the knockout and Sprinkle really wanted the rematch.
Chris Sprinkle really needs to work his Muay Thai in this fight, kind of keep his distance from Cobb. And boom, there's a big knee. And now he's got him in a front headlock. And there's another big knee by Chris Sprinkle.
You can tell that those knees really hurt Cobb. And look, now he's pressing up against the fence, trying to regain his composure. And there Cobb tries to land a knee of his own, didn't do too much damage.
Oh, Chris Sprinkle lands a big left knee followed by a stiff left jab. And he's really working that Muay Thai now.
Cobb's definitely hurt here. He's holding on for dear life. He's trying to engage in the clinch. If Sprinkle keeps the distance, he's going to land more big blows, just like that one.
And Sprinkle's really putting it on him now. Man, he's teeing off on Cobb. Look at that big right hook. Big kick to the leg. That almost took him off his feet.
Well, I think Cobb's really hurt here, and Sprinkle's looking to finish this fight.
I think you're right, Jesse. Big high kick to the face of Cobb, and that dropped him. This fight is over. Even though these guys are amateurs, they lay it on the line every time they step into that cage.
Absolutely, Will. And the next fight I want to highlight is in a category I like to call manhandled. Let's send it back inside the cage to ring announcer Dave Davis. Jessie Nunez, Will Zaragoza here for Fighter First at GE Fights 14. This Shane's Bogert matchup is a rematch. Shane thought he got screwed over in the previous fight with an early stoppage. Bogert couldn't wait to get in the ring to shut his mouth.
Shane's opens up with the big right kick. Bogert takes him off his feet. Look at him turtling up there. Bogert steps back to let him up.
As he completely manhandled him in that exchange. I don't think tapping him up here is going to help Shane's. He's not going to be any friendlier.
Boger's really raining down some punches on Shane's. He's not giving him any breathing room.
Well, you can hear those heavy hits land, and right now Shane's just covering up. Bogert lets him get up, and he's fighting with a ton of confidence.
Big right hand. Shane's is on his back again, but he pops right back up.
Bogert slides that left hand and continues to measure him up.
Boom, big kick by Bogert, and he swarms all over him.
He's dropping everything he has on him, Will.
Jessie, complete domination by Bogert, and Shane taps, and that's the end of the fight.
Big statement by Bogert with a really impressive victory.
And that's a great example of be careful what you ask for. Bogert came out to prove that last fight was no fluke.
You know, and Shane's wasn't ready for that beatdown at all.
But what do you say we head on to the next fight in a category that I like to call Can't Wait for the Rematch.
Let's check it out.
Jessie, we have a great 135 bantamweight matchup between Chris Wonky and Jason Bart. Bart's making his way into the cage wearing the white shorts with the red trim. He comes to us from Terre Haute, Indiana. Bart undoubtedly has a ton of talent, but has yet to commit himself full-time to any single gym or trainer.
Next, entering the cage is Chris Wonky. Chris comes to us from Owensville, Indiana. This guy is a former high school Greco-Roman state champion and was a 3-year member of Team Indiana's national team. Now he trains with Josh Keller over at HOP.
And both guys try to open up with a kick, but neither one of them were effective.
Will, I spoke with Chris Wonky before the fight. He broke down his daily training schedule. This guy works over 60 hours in the coal mine a week and still finds time to train.
Jessie, both guys are just filling each other out. Neither one of them have landed any strikes or taken control of this match.
Will, I completely agree with you, but I will say they are pressing the action.
And Wonky throws a big right hand that misses.
And Bart throws one of his own. Now Wonky taking his back there, using his wrestling background. Bart doing a good job defending, but Wonky really controlling the situation now.
Big slam by Wonky. And Wonky's looking for the armbar. Bart escapes, and they both are back on their feet.
And Will, I think Bart probably needs to stay on his feet if he wants to win this match. Wonky has superior wrestling skills, and the only way Bart's going to win this is to stay off the ground. Wonky throwing some effective combinations here. He landed a couple punches there, and he's landing some heavy blows now. It looks like Bart's in trouble.
Bart ate some punches there, but he regained his composure, and he's starting to throw punches of his own.
Wonky recognized Bart had his composure, and he went straight for the takedown to attempt to get the fight back on the ground.
Bart tries to make his way back on his feet, but Wonky takes him right back down to the ground.
Wonky definitely has control of Bart on the ground here, and look, he makes his way to full mount. Bart definitely in trouble here.
Wonky's laying some heavy hands right here. Bart's trying to defend himself.
Will Bart better do something, or referee Pat Davison, he's going to stop this fight.
Bart's trying to buck him off. There's only 49 seconds left in the round. Let's see if Bart can hold him off. Boom! Big reversal, and Bart's on top. Let's see if Bart can use this position to land some heavy ground and pound.
And Bart lands a big elbow. Will, that's a problem. We're in Indiana. This is an amateur bout. You can't land elbows.
And referee Pat Davison steps in. And Jessie, I'm not sure if that was an elbow or a punch. Let's take a look at the instant replay.
Will, I definitely think that was an elbow. Nobody wants to win a fight that way. But at the end of the day, the rules are the rules. The crowd isn't pleased, but it is what it is.
Jessie, you know what? It was an exciting fight. I was hoping it would have went the distance, but let's see if there's a rematch.
So after the fight, I spoke with the promoter, Josh Griggs, asked him if he thought a rematch was in order for these two. Responded with a resounding yes.
Resounding, Jessie? When have you ever used resounding in a sentence?
Whatever,
man?
Dude. It's in my vocabulary.
Come on.
If the word's too big for you, it means undoubtedly.
All right.
And listen, in any case, Griggs thought that Bart didn't intentionally land the elbow. He thought it was more of a slip. Although he understands the rule in Indiana, you can't use elbows in amateur fights. So he thought the referee stepped in, did a good job enforcing the rule.
Yeah, I agree with the ruling as well. But you know what? Let's check out the last fight we want to show you here from GE Fights 14. It's a matchup between former U.S. Army Scout Trent Genosha versus Ryan Gosnell.
Let's check it out. Fight of the night, guys. This fight brought to you by Misprint, offering nationwide full-service printing and sign services. Jessie and Will Zaragoza here for Fighter First at GE Fights 14, ready to get Gosnell and Genosha underway. Trent Genosha in the black trunks, Ryan Gosnell in the white and gray printed shorts. As Genosha's pressing him up against the cage here, he is a former U.S. Army Scout, so you know this guy's going to be tough.
Jesse, I've been looking forward to this fight all night. Both guys have great boxing and jiu-jitsu.
Not much jiu-jitsu going on here, Will. Genosha's using his brute strength to press him up against the cage, and Gosnell, he's looking for an opportunity and a way to make him pay.
Gosnell reverses him, pushes Genosha across the cage, followed by a big right hand.
And now Gosnell's putting the pressure on Genosha, landing some big combinations. It looks like he's got Genosha hurt.
Genosha's eating some big punches right now. I have no idea how he's still standing.
And Genosha's in survival mode right now. He's trying to tie up Gosnell and gain his composure. He's going to have to get on top here, use his wrestling skill, and hope he can come back from that big barrage.
And Jesse, it looks like Gosnell's trying to sink in a triangle. He needs to get that right leg free and wrap it around his foot.
I think you're right, Will. Gosnell's trying to use his jiu-jitsu experience to try to sink in some submissions here.
But it looks like Genosha broke free. He's now in a dominant position. Let's see if he can do something with it.
As Genosha lands two hammer fists there, Will, but a big up kick there by Gosnell fends him off. Will, I knew Genosha was going to be tough being former military, but I didn't think he had that kind of chin. He took some big punishment, he regained his composure, and now he's on top trying to impose his will. I love this back and forth action. This is definitely representative of the type of amateur talent Riggs Entertainment puts in the cage every single fight.
Jesse, looks like both guys right now are trying to get into a dominant position. Looks like Genosha's in side control, landed some big punches. Genosha goes for the full mount, but Gosnell defended it well.
I have to say I'm really impressed by the toughness and talent displayed here. These guys are really putting on a show. As Genosha on his feet looking for a front headlock here, there's only 13 seconds left in this round. Gosnell working his way to his feet. Big knee by Genosha. Genosha trying to work in the guillotine, but too little, too late. He's not going to have enough time to really get that thing set in. And this round is over.
Jesse, let's take a look at the replay when Gosnell was laying some heavy hands against Genosha. I'm really surprised that Genosha was able to withstand that barrage of punishment that Gosnell was giving him.
Will, I agree with you, but after he withstood that barrage, he was able to control Gosnell on the ground for the rest of the round, showing his toughness and fortitude. I can't wait for round two. Will, Genosha came out in the second round to touch up. Gosnell had other intentions. He followed that up with the big right.
Both guys are tied up. Genosha slips out, throwing some combinations. Big right hand, followed by a left. And this fight's over.
So now I'm here with Josh Griggs, president of GE Fights. Josh, you did a fantastic job. I thought this card was very exciting. Take us through the night.
Tonight we had 22 fights. They're all exciting. The main event, co-main event, could have asked for 4 better fighters. You know, they came out, they performed, they took their belts home. We had a good turnout. Sanctioning body did a great job. We're happy. Great show.
And so tell me what's next for GE Fights.
We're going to get some new guys in, some guys that have never fought before, put them in here and see what they do. Hopefully we have another good turnout.
Well, if you're local and you want to get out to GE Fights, Sullivan, Indiana, and Vista, California, make sure you get out there. Josh, great job.
I want to personally thank you guys for joining us. I had a ton of fun. I know you did as well, Jesse. It was great. I want to thank Josh Griggs from GE Fights. Again, action-packed. This is what you get when you go to a live event. So get off the couch, go hit up some of these events. They're awesome.
Definitely will, but that's not all. For those of you who want more fight footage and interviews, go to our website, our Facebook page, our YouTube videos. There we'll have fight footage from all the different events we visit, as well as interviews with rising stars like female fighter Tina Gomez, as well as former semi-pro hockey player turned fighter Chris Affinati. Plus we're going to have fight footage from BFC 41. Hey, speaking of BFC 41, we're almost to Omaha, Nebraska, so we're going to have to sign off. Remember, you see the rising stars of MMA first here on Fighter First.